This would make anyone woozy. You've used up all your key energy. All fired up. For some, the night brings terror. A monolith like that means the potato people aren't far away. Feels like something's about to happen today. Didn't quite get that sunbright lined up right. Didn't quite get that sunbright lined up right. That's a hope hall. Some used to go there every week to join hands and hope together. Not so much hope to go around these days. Your key energy isn't up. Siphon dust. Gets dangerous when it gets dark. Well, more dangerous. That one wasn't so smart. This one seems to be in good spirits, despite being left here for dead. Has heard that you have a sense of compassion and trusts it's in your nature to help those in need. Asks you to do the right thing for the sake of your conscience. It's only through your inner conflict you're held accountable for your actions. Is surprised you chose not to help. Feeling good is not the same thing as doing good.
Nothing shines like the dark. Oh, no, wait. Oh, well, you know.
You can't trust the dark.
Can you see how dark sets you free?
It's not too late for you, is it?
Hello, darkness. That's me, your old friend.
Night covers the land. There it is, the tree of life. The idea that all life is related by common descent, where the twigs are existing species and those produced in the past represent the succession of the extinct. The tree's great branches were once budding twigs, a connection between the past, present, and future. A representation of all extinct and living species with its ever-branching and beautiful ramifications. We are an evolution of those that came before. This is Dixie's goods. There's an outfitter and an upgrade bench dangling in that little blimp. Uppity-up-up. It's all about destiny. Yours, mine, the entire world's. At various stages of life, we all become memories for others, and just seeing someone acts as a catalyst for the past to seep in again. Memory distortions are troubling. Illusions your mind creates to avoid the memories of being bullied as a kidling. However, there's no doubt that what you remember makes your future different. So, you remembered the automaton's power-up feature. That's a boost. Let's see. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility. He can sense that your heart beats steadily and acknowledges that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots. He promises he'll be there for you. Just come talk to him beneath the tree if you're feeling lost. Out of Date says there's a time for everything. And now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone. Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. If you continue to do good, good will follow you. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst, something he calls the Ark. Two sides to everything, but for him it would be devastating if you were forced to use the Ark to escape while the world crumbled. Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core. The contamination disrupted what we now know as key energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out. The Ark has room for 4 more, and he trusts you'll apply wisdom to your compassion and choose whom to save if the world comes to end. He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark in the event of a cataclysm. Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy. He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Goop in the southeast. Out of Date says that even though he's unsure about your intentions, he hopes you'll support Goop. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Goop and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That's the sound of impending doom. Out of Date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The Porkypuff needs to be handled. Out of Date says that Goop is worried now that the Southeast World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Goop is working on a goo-gliding vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done. Out of Date suggests that you should head southeast as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He wonders what's on your mind. Understands you have things to do. Let's see. Any rock. The light you see at night is brighter than you think. You need to get the pegs lined up to get the clothes soaker rolling. You really put a spin on it. It's Peekaboo Park. Young ones love this sort of place. Just what you were looking for. This one seems to be in good spirits, despite being left here for dead. Has heard that you have a sense of compassion and trusts it's in your nature to help those in need. Asks you to do the right thing for the sake of your conscience. It's only through your inner conflict you're held accountable for your actions. Is grateful you chose that. You can't be good without doing good for others.
Run, Dark, run!
It's not a race.
You only say that because you're losing.
Doesn't mean I'm wrong.
No, there are lots of other reasons you're wrong.
Sometimes it just feels good to get wet. You're fresh out of key energy. Bang, bang. Hurt bad. Careful nothing's sneaking up on you. Could be this key. You don't get to wander below ground like this every day. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. It's gone from being late to being early. Let's see.
Yango. Azetawa. Yango.
Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim.
Exekon.
Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance.
Tuzape.
Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was.
Exekon.
He knows he's easy to remember. There's no one out there as cuckoo as him. He's one of a kind.
Mavaniko.
He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years.
Wingi.
He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child.
Wingi.
Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it. He thinks that's the right thing to do. It's only when you have forgiven that you'll find peace.
There's a bright day coming!
Hey, that's going to get you burned.
The only one getting burned around here is you.
That stings.
Oh, do you want some first aid for that?
Surakia.
Can hardly believe the world is going to make it. Wonders what that's going to do to the goo.
Chaida.
Thanks you for doing everything you could to de-goop the surf.
Awali.
Thinks the Myriad made a good match with you. You're both like sunshine on the surf.
Titutuada.
But hey, back to the goo.
Nofni walkni.
Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now.
Fativi.
He can't leave the Subnautica station, as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit. So you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside.
Fativi.
You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff.
Pawadwika.
You're lucky that way. There's still cargo left on the shores from before the apocalypse. His best guess is a power tanker hit a reef and went under. Everything is at stake. Keep on tracking down here and things will look up eventually. You'd think this place would be crawling with worms. Just a few moves left. Make them count.
What a blow!
You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.
Mukam. Sayruya. Jaida.
He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out.
Itaku.
There are lots of valuables left behind on the surf floor that the salvage net will enable you to haul. You just need to find the right spots.
Nufni walkni.
Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks. Squeaky distractions for the triple attentive porky puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position.
Auta saretu nukuana.
The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float.
Auta saretu nukuana.
This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find quacks. That's where he bobs. Gulp refuses to move from that barge, despite the fact it makes him burf. Goop's not sure, though, if it's the surf sickness or the radium syrup that causes it. You can see so much farther in the light. Welcome to the Surfipelago, where the horizon rests on the surfy goo. You're poking around Pokbur, a prime village. That's sure to be useful. Don't let go. Says the tribe Sifu sent them here to help defend against the rival tribe that's been terrorizing their village. As if the plague ruining the land and destroying the crops wasn't enough to bring the village to its knees already. Heard that even simple things like puddle pops, surf salad, muffin grass and wild pips have become nearly impossible to grow. They need your protection and help to restore their village. They need your protection and help to restore their village. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. Says you're welcome back.